Lauren's painting here. Just thought I'd how you doing, Tom? Good. It's looking good. Love it. Well, that's good. That's all we need is hope. Right. Some of the artists are inside kibitzing instead of painting. Others are painting still. And there's some true, very good paintings coming out of this group. So it's really kind of watercolors, oil painters. Okay, sorry, I'm having some real difficulties in filming this. I'm talking to the camera. Sorry, I'm having some difficulties in filming this, but it's really hard here, sort of precarious. So the sun is in a bad place, and the terrain was such that I can't really... Back in the studio from the plein air event. It was just a group called Art Colony in Prescott, Minnesota. And we were overlooking, as you can see from the attached photo, that it's overlooking the river valley. Again, I've been doing this a lot because, every once in a while. But each time is quite different. The very first time was, I think it was, 42 or 43 video, somewhere in there. It was very warm. And then I did one just recently, which was very cool colors. Now this one, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do, but I think what I'm going to do is to split the difference and put some warm as well as cool colors in it. I have to, you'll hear some noise. That's me rolling back and forth with my chair. Sorry about that. So I'm warming this area up in here again. Now the layer down below this, or underneath it I should say, has been, has dried, because I haven't been able to get at it for a while. So you can see that it's changing things quite a bit. And I'm able to use some of the texture that was gained at the first application of paint as a scumbling, and it breaks it up a little bit and truly actually helps it out. It's they're much darker darks. Now the darks back here I'm bluing up quite a bit. I don't know what this is all about. I don't know what I was thinking there. I'm going to change that a little bit. We're going to introduce some of these reds right in here. I'm going to get rid of this. Just too much water is showing in a lot of areas. Maybe I'll have it closer to the original by the water actually in this one, in the original, is shown to be up here, and looks like it's a little bit wider, larger. I'm going to expand that. I think that'll work a little better. It reflects the sky a lot, so it's pretty light right there. So we'll put that in there. This one, in fact, this I'm moving up here, and I'm pulling this green across here because I choose to do so. I think it's going to add to the design. I thought it wasn't that good in the first place, and so I'm changing my idea here. And I'm warming the structure up quite a bit. There's a yellow green right in here. Yeah, I think that's better. And what I'm going to do, I'm moving this structure over here. It's just better because what I had to do I had to move my easel because the sun came over and it just moved so fast that although I've been plein air painting for many years, I screwed up and I got caught by the onslaught of the torturous sun. It was very dark. I mean, very bright. I mean, I just couldn't do too much with it. So, because of that, then I'm moving things around, and I have I took some shots, and then I noticed, hey, this is a better shot than what I was kind of working from at the time. So I'm changing it around. So bear with me. You can see that I'm just showing you what happens. Sometimes stuff happens. I guess that's one way of putting it. Sometimes stuff happens. And this structure I'm moving up a little bit. Yeah, I think it was down here too far, and I'm just going to cover that up. Now, what I have here is I have some texture here, but in the water I don't want that texture, so I'm going to scrape it off. Scrape it off like that. And place this over it for right now. Gotta watch out for white, it can kill everything. So I'm going over this as well here. Going to scrape that off. So this was painted probably a week ago. So just want to get rid of the laying in of these trees here, and they're darker, so I want to increase. I'm going to use Sap Green here, and for some of the it's using some of the Sap Green, which is darker green, for the shadow color of these trees right in here. A profile, the edge of an area, also can really help to describe the trees themselves. You don't have to put every tree in there, but you can see what it can do. Kind of doing a kind of rounded, kind of a rounded curved stroke, because the trees are going that way. So that's what I'm trying to do. Now over here, I'm going to increase the darkness over here because it's at the edge of the canvas, and I think it's a good idea to do that. So, okay, now there are some trees up in the front here that I'm going to put in. And that's the kind of put them in pretty heavy and with some really dark. These are pine trees, and I'm just kind of whipping these in here. And you can see how that gives a really in-depth look down there. You can see way off in the distance. You can see up closer and so on. So that's what we wanted to have. I believe what this is, the more I look at it, the more I see that it is. Let's see, I'm going to pan up closer. I'm going to zoom up close, and I'm using my photos to just see what the heck's going on there. Okay, I can see that the photo is showing me that I'm painting it correctly. So if this can happen with this red, it can also happen back there. So I have a reason to throw in a little bit of this red up here too, as I've done already, but I'm going to throw some more in. And I think that adds a lot to it. Down here we've got, the darks here, like I said. And then of course we're going to have some light, so I'm going to increase, do some yellow greens in here. So I'm going to have this opposite stroke I'm going to put in here. because that's the sun side. I use smaller strokes up further away and then bigger strokes. In the front. Okay, I see that. See that I can maybe go along here, create kind of an edge. Kind of a edge along here, which I haven't had before. And I should have an edge. So I'm using Alizarin Crimson, and I used Ultramarine Blue there, straight out of the tube. And so I'm putting some of this Alizarin Crimson in here, just to spice this painting up a little. But still true to the value ranges that I've seen in the original. So yeah, I'm fooling around with a lot of things, but not the value pattern. I'm pretty much sticking true to that. So I hope that that kind of gets across to you that how important that is. Using a little bit of Cerulean Blue here and doing some stroking. I see over here I'm going to place a little bit, some reds in there too. Got reds everywhere else, why not here, right? So we're going to include some more vibrant reds up here, possibly this is a bush or something. Now that doesn't exist in the original. There are some dead brush up here that's got a reddish color to it, and that's kind of where I got the idea. So you can see what you can do to enhance some things. So we just kind of maybe we'll add a little bit of that here. All right, we're still plugging away at this painting here, trying to either improve it or destroy it. One of the two. So I see here that I think I do like what's happening in the original in this photo here. So we'll kind of include that. Yeah, that actually helps, doesn't it? Kind of closes that up a little bit. Possibly I should close this up entirely. I'm going to use that reddish. Maybe it's I think I'm going to do this. It keeps it in. I'm keeping my eye in there, and what it is probably a backwater. This is the main course right here, and this is kind of evidently a lake. Somebody said it was a lake of some type back there, of some name. I forgot the name. So we'll put that and reinstate a little bit of that. Back there, and this having kind of a slew area right there. I like the idea that I can use these reds here, bring it around, and I'll probably use these. Use everything that you can at your disposal. What you want to do is put things in that make sense. You got to use common sense. With this stuff, but otherwise you can do a lot of things. Now I'm doing the darks. I have to include my lights now. So let's put in some lights. I think I'll just go up higher on these so that it closes it in. And I think I'll actually put this in as a little bit darker trees up in that area just to keep it down. We've got one tree here, right? Well, we should have a couple more. Okay, one is probably shorter. Let's put it kind of near it. And then possibly one up here. Notice that the distance away from each other is different. The width, between them, and also how tall they are is different. So you want to vary things as much as possible. For this dark, very dark, I'm using Ultramarine Blue and burnt umber. Okay, I think I might want the one over here too. Probably not very high though, because it'll take away from a lot of things if I have it too high. So I'm just gonna do this and throw a bunch of I think I want to get this pretty dark down here. Put some ultramarine blue down here. And now, dark, really dark up close, it gets, and everything lightens as it goes back, and you can see that I'm trying to employ that. And does it look like the original? To some extent, but not really, right? I've done my own thing, so must be an artist, I guess. So this is a little brilliant for being so far away. So I'm going to subdue that quite a bit. You might want to subdue this a little bit too, but not as much. Not as much. There's quite a bit of texture there. I might want to chisel out because they dry it on there like that. Yeah, so it's got some good things going for it. Right in here. You can see that there's a kind of an area like that there, so I'll leave that there as well. Kind of a sloughish area. And so we'll include that similarly there. You can see that I'm only taking a portion of the reference photo. Okay, what is some of this light area? It comes right up to that dark, right? And I don't have it down that way, so we're going to include that. I'm going to pull it up to include that. And it probably does look a little better because of it. There is some, we need to replace some of the reflection right here. So I can use some of that for reflection. I'm going to massage some of this. Might have to massage some of this up here too. Okay, I'm going to take a smaller brush now. I'm going to go to a lot of the, put in a little bit of detail now. Alright, so let's get going here and get this done. I'm going to put in some little darker darks. Some darker darks here. Okay, I'm going to now put some much lighter white on, but I still mix it with a color. You never use the highlight color alone as you know, as a white. You just don't do that. Put some of these lights in here. So there's this little light white area that's in here. Well, it's a reflection of this lighter tree, so that's why I put that in. So just these little things that help to tell the story. Pretty nice. There is some very light right here. And It follows this line along there. Okay, so it's darker along there, right? And this thing's actually over there further. Should we dare at this point and change the position of this? Well, I am. So that's right here, and it goes very close, goes a lot closer up here. So that's okay, we'll keep it there. Scrape this one, carry out right there and here. It's just too much texture for the water, so that's what we're doing there. So as you can see, everything is not, does not go ultra, ultimately always great. You're going to have some problems. There'll be some problems along the line. But you can fix them. Oil paint is so forgiving and so merciful in a lot of ways. Okay, so right here is my area I want to focus in on. So I'm going to do something to make that work a little bit better. Kind of pointing to it in a lot of ways, in some ways. And so I think I want the darkest dark right here. The hardest edge right there. And possibly even the greatest color right there. Could be a red bush or something. Could be sumac, could be anything. So we'll tone that down a little bit. So I'm going to get another scoop of this very light but blue area, and we're going to again address that. And then we want to, there's a very much lighter area here. I want to lighten that up a little bit. So I'm mixing this white in with the underlying color. This is all wet and wet. And I want to get fairly brilliant light there. I also want that light. I'm going to put a little bit here too, to just let us remember and that, hey, this is here too. That's the, you know, that's part of the okay. I might want to see some of through here. I might want to sometimes you see, even with something like this, you might see some sky color reflected in somehow. So we'll just include a little bit here and there. Don't want to overdo that because that's not usual. I think that works. Now I'm getting I'm seeing that it seems to be working here. I'm thinking about taking this out.
Toby, come here.
And maybe pulling a little bit. That along there. I'm thinking about taking this out. Let's do it. There. I think that actually is an improvement. Add a little bit of color in here. I kind of like that. We'll also accentuate just a little bit color in here because my focal point is right there. So what's so great about that focal point? Well, that's where the darkest dark is. And let's make it darker. Certainly draws my attention, doesn't it? All right, I'm sorry. All right, well, this is almost it. It seems like it's starting to work all right. I think what I could do is add a little bit more. I think we could increase the land right in here. This land mass right here a little bit. Similarly to what it is in the photo. Okay, I want to lead people to this spot, so I'm going to introduce some darks that lead a trail right to it. So you can see that it's not very evident that I'm doing that. But I am. And how do I do it? Well, notice that there's these darks here, and they join with these darks here, and this is including kind of a entry point along here. I'll probably put some. I'm going to add a little bush in here. And that's going to flip us up to here, which will flip us up to here, which will bring us up to here. And we're going right up there. Now right now it's a little bit too evident that I'm doing that, so I want to cut that back. So I'll do it a little bit like this. All right, I think that's about it. I see that this is dark, and I'm going to lighten this right in here so that these will show a little bit more. There. I think that's it. I'm done. I'm going to sign it. I'll sign it over here, and like I normally do, in a red that just blow their minds. And so I'm going to put that down here. I'm going to use a red, and I'll just put that down here like this. Grab some more color. Put a little bit of turpentine on it. Keep on grabbing enough paint to be able to do it. And okay, there it is. Thank you. Come again. Give me a thumbs up, ring the bell, and tell me how I'm doing. Also, subscribe if you haven't. So thank you. Come back again. Bye.